Detsamma, ha det bra!
I think I know what's inside. Nej! Min lilla matta. FedEx, thank you for handling my package with care. 4K boost, 360. The Insta 360 1RS. Thank you, FedEx. Ooh. Take a look at this. Wow, it was way more wet outside than I thought it would be. How's my butt looking? Is it muddy? Yeah, that's what you get for trying to go off-road when it's not completely dried up outside. This is what it looks like when you're shooting in 6K 25 FPS, and you do get a little bit of crop up top and a little bit of crop down below, but you also get a 6K footage, which is nice. And the audio that you're hearing right now is coming directly from the 1RS, no extra attachments or anything like that. But the good thing about this camera is that it has 4 different microphones around, so it helps to improve the overall sound quality compared to the last generation. When you're using like a 1-inch lens on your 1RS, this is the image that you're gonna end up with. I think it looks basically the same as the previous generation, but I am going to put it side by side so you can see the difference for yourself. All right, this is the old core with the Leica mod, and this audio that you're hearing right now is straight from the camera, no extra attachments whatsoever. But the audio is what has been improved compared to the old generation, and the same goes for the flow state stabilization, which is just pure insanity on this new generation compared to the old one. Everything that we knew from the old Insta360 1R has been improved, but it is also backwards compatible, which means that you can use the old Leica 1-inch sensor if you want to do that. And the lens that you got with your old Insta360 is going to work with this one as well, so you don't have to buy new lenses for your camera, which is completely awesome. Apart from the cool fact that you can use your old lenses on this new camera, you also get a new lens, which is the 4K boost lens. It is an f2.4 with a 16mm equivalent and also has 48 megapixels. Basically means that this tiny camera has a bigger sensor than the GoPro Hero 10, and you can also shoot with active HDR in this tiny camera as well. Being able to shoot in 4K HDR is great when you are in an environment like this where it's super bright sunlight and you have dark areas as well, but you still want to capture a high dynamic range in your photos and in your videos. And the good thing is that you can still use the flow state stabilization when you're shooting in active HDR. I personally think that one of the coolest things with Insta360 is the possibility and the modularity of the camera. And for someone like me, when I'm out vlogging and trying to make videos as interesting as possible, it is crucial to have something like this to be able to switch up what you are watching when you're watching my videos. And when it comes to riding a bike, such as I'm doing right now, it is very crucial that you have steady shots and be able to actually capture those without having all the bumps and shake and stuff like that. And that's where the flow state stabilization comes in handy, because it is so smooth. And the fact that it does all this in camera without the use of post-production stabilization is something that I think is awesome, because then it basically makes it a great camera to be able to have on the go and share it on social medias without having to go and import the files to your computer and stuff like that. So you can just send it over to your phone, share it to Instagram or TikTok or whatever it is that you're shooting for. I don't know if I showed you that you also get a new case with the camera. It looks like this. So you have a pretty much more durable setup. And also you press here, switch out, put it back in, quick release. For me, this is golden. This is my homemade Insta 360 on the bike setup. There we go. Being able to have a camera like this that has a 1-inch sensor and then another adapter that has a 1/2-inch sensor and then the 360 adapter is something I think is very impressive. As I said previously, it gives you the option to switch up your videos and make your videos more interesting without changing the actual camera that you're using. And it's also one of those things that makes it fun to use a camera when you know that you can change things up and don't have to go through the hassle of putting everything into your computer, trying to fix everything. You can just use your phone, transfer the files, shoot the videos that you want, upload it to Instagram, TikTok, whatever it might be. The quality that you can get from a camera like this nowadays is kind of astounding. And the 4K boost lens that you get with the camera provides you with a very good image quality all the way through the entire image. Just having the possibility to have a super quick workflow makes a huge difference when you're having fun making videos. And I think that Insta 360 has definitely found a key word when it comes to this camera, and that is having fun when you're making videos. It's still that time of year, you know, where it's too cold to be outside in the evenings because it's not hot enough, and even though you take on a lot of clothes, it's like but during the days it is warm, but you don't know what kind of clothing that you should have because it's cold and shade. You know that stuff. It is so incredibly cold outside. It feels like when you've been drinking a slush puppy and your head is like brain freeze. The 360 feature of this camera is something that I like a whole lot because you can reframe yourself after you've shot the video, and when you're shooting the actual 360 video, you can point the pole wherever you want it to be, and then the camera is going to auto-magically remove the pole and create like a stickless scene for you so that you can just show the surrounding in the way that you want it to. And I think that that's super cool. And looking at the user interface on the new Core, it has also been greatly improved because it's much easier to use than the previous one was. And it's also no lag. There's no like issues when you're scrolling through the menus. It is very easy to use all the different features that you got in the camera. And it's super simple to flick around between the different modes that you want to use. So not only have Insta360 upgraded the flow state stabilization, the audio, and the user interface, but also the entire experience of the camera, and at the same time keeping the backwards compatibility with your previous camera stuff that you got for the camera. I think that's cool. And I would love to know what you think about this camera, because I think it's a fun piece of tech and definitely something that is keeping up the innovation on the action camera market with the modularity of the camera. I'm gonna drop a link down below where you can buy this camera. Head over there, check it out on the Insta360 website if you want to do that. Otherwise, I will say thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Take care.